Chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Happily Married TV. Let's talk about it. That's going to be our thing, because Happily Married TV can be our whole everything. So it's going to be called Let's Talk About It.
All right, well, let's talk about it, babe.
It's recording.
I know.
Okay, let's talk about it. Man, so how y'all doing today, man? We breathing and blessed over here, man. Broadcast brought to you by Momentum with Jay. You can't have a moment without some momentum. Real distinguished gentlemen, distinguished book club. Man, distinguished home solutions, distinguished lawn service, everything distinguished. Just know that. Everything. You know what I mean? Distinguished book club. What's the t-shirt business? Custom?
Oh, Just Made Custom.
Yeah, Just Made
Just Made.
Just
like
Made Custom.
J-E-S.
J-E-S-S.
No, just one S.
My fault. Just one S. Made Customs.
Just Made.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to it, man. So, man, today, man, we're going to be talking about 28-year-old that shot the elementary school. We're going to talk about the Fairborn High School. We're going to talk about Japan creating eggs and scientists in Japan. That's going to be the second half of the show. So y'all might want to tune in for that, because it's going down for real. I'm just fucking with y'all. Yeah, so about this 28-year-old shooting up this school. That's what you should be doing. Look up some on your phone.
I was.
You can zoom on it. And then talk about it and see what the information is.
Okay.
So apparently, a 28-year-old lady. This wasn't even a kid. So when I first initially heard it, I thought it was again a kid going in there shooting up the school. I thought it was a kid. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. So then I get to researching it. It's a 28-year-old woman. Like, well, why? Why?
Oh yeah, so I had read this article when we were looking up the topic, and I can read a little bit of pieces of like what adds to like your confusion of why it was a 20-year-old person. So it says that she was a former student of the school, and she called the attack targeted. She was shot and killed by police during the attack. And then it also said, I'm trying to find where it said in the article, but it was saying like she didn't, like, if you just happen to walk by her in the hallway, she shot you. Like, there was no like directed, and not that would make it any better, but there was no directed targeted person, like somebody that pissed her off, or
she just wanted to kill anything. Right.
And why at a school, elementary school?
So apparently, this is what I thought about this, and this is my honest opinion. I think it was a situation where one or two things happened, right? One or two things. She was either bullied as a kid growing up there, she never got over that shit, like never learned to deal with them demons, or she was a teacher there, and it was some, you know what I mean, some animosity in that point. So that was my two things. When I initially thought it was a kid, and they're like, no, it's a 28-year-old. I'm like, oh, what? How pissed off are you?
But my thing is what, regardless of what you are going through as an adult, because adulting is hard. Like, dealing with all the things that you have to deal with is hard. But at what point in your process did you go, well, everything is going to get solved if I shoot up an elementary school?
Right.
Like, where, like, how, I don't understand. Like,
that's what I didn't get, was like, why would you, like, these are other people's kids, these are other people, unless they if they directly harmed you, I get it, because everybody ain't mentally stable and stuff of that nature. But if it's just, you just was like, man, I want to kill somebody today, like, you know what I mean, like.
Oh, and the other thing is that this wasn't like spur of the moment, oh, I'm just gonna go do this. She had the layout of the school mapped out, and where everything was, and how to like maneuver through the school.
This was very strategic.
Yes.
So this was premeditated. Well, she should have died. That was premeditated like a motherfucker. Like you was just like, I'm gonna kill me somebody today. I don't care where they at. They could be in church.
Yeah, they said she fired multiple shots on the first and second floor of the school. The five-member team of police officers heard the gunfire, went to the second floor, and fatally shot the suspect. And then also said that when they found her, she had maps drawn of the school in detailed surveillance and entry points.
Wow. And this is what we dealing with. That's deep. You see what I mean? Like, and it's like.
Oh. The police have referred to Hale as a female shooter, and at the event, evening press conference added that Hale was transgender.
So it was a man that identified as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, and see now, that may make sense. He might have been picked on for real.
Yeah, but my thing is like, what? Those kids that are in that school have nothing to do with anything that happened to you. Like, so you're going there killing kids that are going through the same damn shit that you're traumatized. Your life has been, the trauma you've been living in your life was related to. That, I mean, and sadly, people think like that. But then they also, and that's the thing and I notice like this, and I'm glad that people are getting therapy and going to getting mental health and like really focusing on their mental health. And I think that's important. The issue that I have, and I was just watching another video today about when the guy that shot up the movie theater in Colorado, and he basically was just doing it because he wanted to be like a character in a movie, because he wanted to be notarized. Like he wanted people to be impressed by him, because so he was emulating Joker. But anyways, the thing that they talked about in that video, and the same way he was thinking, as I'm assuming this person is thinking that did this at the school, is that to them, it's not, those aren't children and those aren't adults that you're hurting or killing. Those are just numbers of objects. You know what I mean? It's not, he's dehumanized them to the, or she or whatever, dehumanized them down. And they hit it. They chose right, and they also chose a target that's easy. Cause sad to say, you can. I mean, not that you should think this way, but you can overpower a child. There's not one adult in this world that can't overpower a child.
Right.
So, but that's just, I think that.
Watch Queen though. She gonna put your ass down if you touch her.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying about the mental health is that it is possible that both of those people dealt with mental health, but they also are smart enough to plan out something to get high powered weapons and have
strategy,
and then to have the equipment
strategy.
And the dude that shot up the movie theater, he had the bulletproof neck guard, he had the bulletproof arm guards, he had the bulletproof vest, he had the tactical helmet, he had all of that. He left a movie theater within the first 20 minutes of the movie to go outside to suit up, to come back in and shoot up people that's in there watching the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
that's premeditated, man. That ain't no mental illness. That's premeditated. That's what happens. Like, for real. That's what happens when the village is not raising kids anymore. Like, for real, that's just what happens, man. So the thing with me is, like, we talking about this way too long, but this is the thing with this we're supposed to be off this like 2-3 minutes ago.
It says 9.
It said something else to talk about, these 15.
Oh, I mean,
we can't talk about the whole thing. Anyway,
right.
We moving. But okay, so the takeaway from that is, it may be mental illness and all of that, but they are still intelligent enough to plan and plot.
Well, and this will be the last thing I end on, is that you have, even if somebody has a mental illness, it's the environment they're around that motivates how they behave with that mental illness. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't have a mental illness. But I'm just saying, like, How did he get access to all of that stuff?
If he
How
was
did she
mentally
get
ill.
right?
You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense.
And you were cognizant enough to go and maybe they purchased it off the street and it wasn't legal and who knows? I don't know any of that. But you still had to talk to another human being.
Yeah. And you didn't tell him what you was doing with it.
Right.
So you had to come up with something like, oh, I just want it.
Right, but you want all this like high powered in protective gear. Like, what are you about to go into combat? Like, that's what it looked like he was about to do. He was suited up.
Alright, so yeah. So that's that. We talk about it on another one if y'all want to. I don't know. Comment below. We may talk about it again. I don't know. Depends on how we feeling.
Right.
Other thing. Okay, so we live in Ohio. We in Dayton. Kettering. Dayton, Kettering. Whatever. We
Moraine.
Centerville,
Miamisburg.
Miamisburg. Look, I'm right.
Depends on what 20 minutes you drive. Like what direction you
West
drive.
side.
Right. 20
East
minutes.
side. We 10 minutes from everything. So you
Pretty
know what I mean?
much.
So Fairborn High School, a little bit up the street. They are carrying narcan for students overdosing. Where are we at in society right now? Where our kids are overdosing, period. Fuck what they overdosing on. They're overdosing. Where are we in society where we're not on that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not know your kid enough to know that your kid is on some kind of drugs or something? How do you not know your kid? Like, you know what I mean?
So it says a school district becomes the first Greene County to equip in its building with an overdose reversal drug. And they have 12. Wow, slow down. 20 of those kids. But then they also said that they've never had an overdose in the school. So why
did you prepare for it then? See, that's what I'm saying, man. So this is where let me sit my tablet down because we got what?
It says
we got 2.5 minutes. We about to rage.
So we wanted to make sure we are able to help if that was the case.
So they're taking preventive actions for something that may or may not occur. Okay, so that's like this. Okay, so we got what? 2 minutes, 15 seconds, whatever. Yeah, 2 minutes, 20 seconds, something like that. So we about to rage. The one when they be like, you gotta get this vaccine because you're going to the PPP thing. Not the PPP thing. What's the one thing the teenagers get? They said the teenagers gotta get it. HPV. It's just like that. So now they're giving you something to prevent something from happening that can only happen
if you do a specific
thing.
So a teenager, in order to get HPV, would have to have sex with someone that has HPV. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it. It's not the same as and I guess it is kind of the same. It's not the same. It's same as any virus because you could be in contact with somebody that has a virus and not actually get the virus from them. Or if your body does get it, your body fights it off, and then you don't have any lasting effects of the virus.
So touching on that, that's saying. So that's basically saying why I'm asking this. Why are we getting stuff in the school for overdosing when these kids shouldn't even be able to get in touch with that kind of drug?
Right. Why aren't we educating them on not to do the drug?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like for example, this totally for example. Well, it ain't for example, but this is an example. We're not going to teach our kids. We're not going to hide guns from our kids. We're going to teach them gun safety.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to think about that, man. Like, don't hide shit from them. Tell them about it, and then tell them what the fuck can happen to them if they go through it, and then break it down. And this is what you do to prevent it. Simple as that. It doesn't have to be taboo or nothing like that. Like, we can't talk about it. Yes, we can, and we're gonna. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Do me a favor, y'all run to the bathroom, get y'all drinks, grab y'all something hot to eat, and do all that, and we'll be right back in 2 and 2. Nope, not 2 and 2. We'll be back whenever we feel like it, because we all pause over here.